Brian Munch.
Dr. Brian Minch, President of Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment. That needs to be taken off my timeline. The mining industry rates Utah the world's most attractive jurisdiction for investment because we have the friendliest regulatory environment. In other words, we're the #1 stooges for the mining industry in the entire world. Last week, Utah had the worst air quality in the country. It kind of makes you wonder if there's a connection between the two. And then you look at this permit for granite construction on Jesse Lashley's property in the heart of Parley's Canyon, and it forces the conclusion that yes, there's a pretty good chance there's a connection. Virtually everyone in Utah is fully aware of the potential catastrophe of allowing the Great Salt Lake to continue drying up and becoming a toxic dust bowl. But for the people who live within a few miles of the mouth of Parley's, it's like the Great Salt Lake has already dried up and blowing dust on them every day and has been for years. It's not just an aesthetic assault, it's a public health assault for at least 150,000 people. Let's be blunt. Every year, the pollution from the existing mine kills a few people, hospitalizes others, shortens the lifespan of almost all of us who live nearby because we know that's what pollution does, regardless of where it comes from. But when the DAQ issues a permit, it must try and calculate whether that new pollution source will cause a violation of air quality standards. But because there are no monitors within several miles of the current Harper Quarry, DAQ has no idea if there's an ongoing violation before this permit is issued, let alone after. I'm guessing that the DAQ staff does not want to permit this mine. I know the DAQ personnel do not seek to allow more pollution of Utah citizens, and that when applicants like this come before you, you feel like your hands are tied by the law. And you don't make the law, our legislature does, and it's very unfortunate they aren't here to be the object of our wrath and our righteous indignation. Years ago, DAQ could have proposed PM10 standards the same as California's, which allow only 1/3 of what's allowed in Utah. Years ago, we asked DAQ to promulgate rules on exposure to deadly crystalline silica that we know are generated from gravel pit operations, as New York has done. That has not happened. So yes, you do have rules to follow, but you do have some discretion on those rules and the granting of permits. And that brings us to this, mentioned by others, but I'll repeat. Granite is gaming the system by applying for only a 6-acre permit. Granite's public statements, their previous application, and their stormwater pollution prevention plan all clearly demonstrate they have no intention of limiting this mine to 6 acres. They want 100 times that. Jesse Lashley owns other parcels in Parsley that with the same strategy could ultimately destroy 1,500 acres in Parley's Canyon, 3/4 as large as the diameter of the Kennecott open pit mine. This permit is opening the door to turning Parley's Canyon into an industrial hellscape. HB 355 passed last year apparently allows a gravel pit owner to expand as much as they would like to contiguous property, and essentially no one can stop them. If they get this permit, there will be nothing to stop Granite from getting another 6-acre permit, and another, and another. EPA warns against this specifically using these terms. That is unlawful and a sham permit. Their words, not mine. If this mine actually happens, it will be the poster child of an utterly failed Utah state government. Thank you.